It's interesting that we're talking about our stories. My story started with confusion. I was a very confused child because I felt like I wanted to do everything and I was always changing my mind. So today I want to be a doctor, and then next time I want to be like my brother who was a lawyer. But the one thing that I did well was art, but I didn't even know that it was an option. I didn't know that I could live life as an artist because I didn't have any examples. So what I did was, I did what most people do. I went to University of Lagos and I found that course that was kind of like in the middle. I studied economics. It was because I thought that that was all I had to do. There was how, when I mentioned to grown-ups that, oh, I actually can paint and I can sing, they were like, hey, go to school. So I went to school. But then the longer I stayed in school, the more it became clear to me that if I stayed here, I wouldn't excel. I needed to do something I could excel at. And I made up my mind at the time that I was going to be an artist as soon as I got out. So I think it was taking that risk. You know, when I decided I was going to be a photographer, nobody understood what that meant. And just taking that risk and jumping out there. So many people in this room have ideas that when they share with their friends, they're like, hey, what's that? What is that? Is where the magic is. Whenever you have an idea that nobody else understands, that means that there's plenty of room for you to fly. I think that's why. The industry is really interesting. The risk I took was that I came into the industry and at that time I had people like Mr. Lakija. I remember when I was insisting I had to make something for years ago. It's almost 10 years now actually. And it was interesting because a lot of people were doing a lot of up and downs and what have you. So I thought to myself, I wanted to make something different. I love to wear dresses, and we didn't have a lot of confidence at that time. You will not agree with me in Nigeria today that the confidence we have in dressing up is gone 100% and over. People didn't want to wear Ankara, people didn't want to even wear anything Nigerian. We had to travel to wear bride clothes, even bridesmaids dresses. I'm so happy when I see bridal dresses today, but almost, I can't think of any designer, any bride that wants to make dresses from England. But then that was norm. So those are the sort of risks that we're taking. Getting people to make their wedding dresses in Nigeria, bridal dresses in Nigeria, different kind of dresses, putting appliques on pieces, things that you see likes of Dolce and Gabbana today, which I did them years ago. And at that time, people were not that confident. There was a particular instance I had, let me see this very quickly. I made a dress for someone. She paid for the outfit, beautifully made, and she was kept to wear because it was different. Imagine how I would have felt at the time when I saw her at the event and she wasn't wearing the dress I made and she had paid for and was beautiful. And she said to me, I was just scared because it wasn't what everybody was wearing. But I believe in my passion and I continued. People told me, oh, vintage, who's going to wear vintage is covered, some people don't like, their dress are not ready for this, maybe you should do what everybody else is doing. But the fact that I took a risk and made something different is why I'm still relevant today in the industry. You know, it's been 12 years and I thank God for my following and all, and I think that, you know, the fashion industry is here to stay. Nigerians embrace, everyone's a designer today, and it's a good feeling because it increases the economy of the country and people are willing to, I can't think of who is not wearing Nigerian in this room. If you're not wearing Nigerian today, you have a lot of it in your wardrobe. The bad Nigerian thing is on. We believe in what we are producing in our own country now. We want to wear our own thing. My darling Abibola Fashola is here. She wears Nigerian, she wears Ankara proudly. She supports the Blissful movement. So there's all those things, all of this has actually empowered and is improving the growth of the Nigerian fashion industry in Africa today. Thank you.
I feel still sticking away from my 5 minutes more before I come to you. I was interviewing Mr. Lakija some time ago, maybe some months ago, and I said to her, what's the biggest challenge that you have as a designer when you meet up-and-coming designers or people who should, let me put it that way, and they want to be like you? What's the biggest challenge you have with them? And she said something to me, getting skilled hands to stay and realize that you have to actually work your craft. Do you find that that's something that challenges you as well?
But of course, they think they know everything already. That's the other problem, you know, because they're all into this. I mean, I'm not saying she's not into social media and the whole, you know, beauty aspect of it, but you need to grow. You know, the skill lines are not really there. Everybody thinks that they come in, they are already a Lanre Da-Silva Ajayi. And I'm not saying you will not be, but I mean, I can't compare my knowledge today to what was there before, but I've grown over the years. Experience has gotten me to where I am today. So we're all improving every day. So please, young designers, upcoming ones, people that just come to industry, please take your time to train properly. Know your target audience. What do you want to do? Is it children's wear? Is it adult wear? Is it men's wear? Is it accessories? What do you want to do? What fabrics do you want to work with? Is it Ankara you want to work with? Is it shorting lace? Is it Ashoke? Is it Adire? Be known for something. That is why people come to you and know that in this aspect, this person is good. So take your time, and like you said, as Lakida mentioned to you, I think they are just in a hurry. They want to jump and want to just have arrived. And I think no, you haven't. Say less than a year, they are thinking of something else again. So that's a very big problem. And banks are complaining as well. I'm sure I'll say this quickly. They collect money from a bank now. I got 5 people to get money from a bank. I'm not going to mention the bank. You won't believe it that the then fashion designers suddenly, two of them went to buy a car. The other one, they didn't buy a machine. I'm not saying banks will not help, but please, let us put the money into what we said we want to do. If it's machinery, buy machinery, when they come and meet you and they want to have a look, I felt so bad. I was guaranteed and I was amazed. The next day, one of them said she's not doing plastics. I said, well, you said you want to do fashion. Only one of them sort of went into the whole thing of buying the machinery. So I think that's the major problem. Please, when we are all here saying that we want to improve, successful and all of it, please try as much as possible to let the actual people that are interested in developing the industry believe in us, and then we'll take it somewhere. Women, please, let's not go buying other things or doing the money with other things, because trust me, the money will multiply and it becomes what you want to do with it. That's the thing there.
So it's not one day, one business idea. Let's get with something. Okay, because you people as well. I know you have a passion background as well, from a family that is very fashionable, but I want to talk a bit about your voice coaching and what you're doing to mentor younger people. We see your Project Fame, mentoring them. How easy is it when someone comes in and you listen to their voice and you're thinking, no, what do you do what do you do to try and get that person to read? You're not going to carry it. So how do you cope?
Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Mrs. Alakija for this wonderful opportunity. When I think of my journey, I mean, I started as a singer and then became a vocal coach and then became a fashion designer, and I started this journey in 2003. I think I released the first album in 2004, and I can see women among the speakers, in this room that are part of that journey, like every step, whether it's the fashion, the voice coaching. I remember when I started voice coaching, nobody knew what voice coaching was. I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? And then I decided to enlighten the public. I started writing articles for Punch newspaper, and it was a woman, she's not in this room today, that made that connection. I also remember, with even the fashion, the things that we've been able to accomplish. I remember certain women in this room, Mrs. Alakija included, who have contributed. Now to your question, I tell people that the music industry is large, just like the fashion industry is large. I'll give you an example. In fashion, you have the illustrators, people who are gifted in that area. You have people who are gifted in tailoring. You have people who are gifted in design. You have people who are fashion critics. You have people who are fashion prophets, people who predict what will happen in the seasons to come. And I say that there are so many areas that you can find your talent in. So when somebody walks into the room with a passion for music, but is not quite there vocally, I look at them and I assess them, and I say, okay, maybe this person is not actually meant to be a singer, but maybe they have the talent to be a music producer. Maybe they have the talent to be a music critic, or maybe they're the person that will create the album covers. They're just different areas. So that's what I say. I try to encourage them to find out what they're good at, because that's how I've gotten to where I am. I always really just focus on what I'm good at and then partner with people who are good at what they do.
It's such a huge opportunity to be in a gathering like this, especially for someone who's starting out on a new idea. When I started as a photographer, there were no avenues like this where you could talk to mentors or listen to people talk. And unfortunately, there was no internet, so there was no way to search for information like this. There's more than enough room. I think it's telling people that they shouldn't be afraid to fail. You should never be afraid to fail. So if you feel you have a gift, go for it. In failing, you find where you really belong. You know, you do one thing and it doesn't work exactly as you plan, and then you hit jackpot. So I think it's just never being afraid to try. Whatever you carry in your heart. If people tell you you can't sing, or you can't paint, or you can't make clothes, that is their opinion. God made you on this earth for a reason. I wanted to say one more thing. Initially, I was talking about being confused, and how that confusion is what led me to where I now have like multi professions. Everything that you are, including your weaknesses, you know, everything that you think you're not, those little things are what will bring your unique self out. I mean, all of us here are different, you know, and I think we spend too much time trying to be the perfect self of somebody else, you know, or the perfection that somebody else projects. But everything about you, even the things that you're not good at, those things will be what will make you, will get to where you really want to get.
Fantastic. So I'm going to bring us to another issue now. You hear a lot of people say there's a time for working for the brand, and then there's a time the brand must work for you. For Mr. Ajayi, Flourish Africa is the brand working for her. So when you hear Flourish Africa and you look at yourself and where you are right now, how do you think that you can key into being part of this network of committed women, you know, with mental health?
First of all, it's a great opportunity to be here, like I've said earlier, and definitely there are so many ways we can think to helping each other. You know, mentoring is very important, and people right now can reach out to you on social media networks, and even on the Flourish Africa Conference network today. People reach out to you. I saw Uche was here earlier on, and she was talking in terms of how to manage social media and all of that. You know, Uche Pedro, Bello, Nigeria, you know, and for me, I've done quite some mentoring, and that's why I spoke about the whole character thing earlier on, and in my own little way, I found my way to actually support people. There's something that Laura was saying, and I didn't know that she knows Checha Smith's nation. And Checha is she's, you know, there are so many people like Checha Smith out there, and I'm sure some of us will be room today. So my thing is that I just want them to be really serious, you know, because conferences like this will come and bring us together. So I just want that, because I feel like they get tired easily, and you know, this business or any other business or so, if it's vocal training, if it's photography, you have to have a very good sense of how to deal with people, you know. So for me, mentoring is something that I know that will come out of this. I know, I imagine there will be some people that will come out of it. I can't tell many people, but this conference definitely, because at the end of the day, you have to give back. After 12 years, I'm grateful that I'm still relevant, and I'm very happy to share, you know, my journey with those that really want to be part of it and are serious to want to go along with that journey and start it off or continue from wherever they are. So a conference like this definitely is a good platform. Nowadays you can send messages or direct messages, and you know, the social media and internet age has come to help. So all you need to do is, I met you at the Flourish Africa Conference, and I would like to go into fashion or into photography.
So that's an open invitation for you.
Exactly.
Take advantage.
Definitely, you know. So, and again, like I said, I can't stress this enough, because there are people that have trained over time and they complain and all. I know finance is a key issue for all of us, and if I tell you that finance is still not my own issue, I'll be lying to you. At every stage, as you grow bigger in anything you do, you need more money, you know. And wherever you start from, you can start from somewhere. I started from my parents' dining table, so I know that today people can start from even Instagram pages. So I don't understand when some of them are complaining about finance. Start first of all, put yourself out there. There are ways around it today than before. Before it was more difficult than today. So please, once you can do something, I'm not saying people will not copy. Everything we make is a dress, a skirt and blouse, a jacket. You know, when people say fashion, it's the same thing we're all doing. But there is something you will do that will make you different. So it's taking that risk and making yourself different. So from there, I feel the Flourish Africa Conference is a very beautiful conference. I mean, who we are dealing with is someone that, Ajayi is someone that has done very much, started as a fashion designer and has been able to cut into other things. So please, we are also starting now, and I'm sure that very soon other things will follow. So please, this is a beautiful conference. You can reach out to me, and I think I'm not Flourish Africa Conference will be about the debate. Thank you.
Flourish. That's one of my favorite words. I love words like that. I love flourish. Flower. But then if you look at the arrangement of your table, right? Every single bouquet is not beautiful like each individual flower. The thing about women is when we come together, we become more powerful, and it can really become a movement when we're able to encourage each other. So I believe that this is a very interesting way to arrange a conference. Usually, conferences are in straight lines, but I can see that they made it circles so that there can be connections.
That's what a woman can do. Only a woman.
I think it's a great opportunity to link up with other women, to find encouragement, to find inspiration, to ask questions. So I think this is a beautiful beginning of something very, very, very big.
And lastly,
I just want to say that, like everybody up here has said that we're open, to mentoring and all that. I can only speak for myself, being here today and throughout my journey, God has, and I believe this is God has specifically placed certain women to be destiny enablers. And then who am I to say that I won't be a destiny enabler? Every one of us has to bring, help somebody along the way. And I believe that Mrs. Alakija has, set the ball rolling. And whatever little things that we can do in our own different spheres of influence, we're open to doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Lanre. Thank you. What we're going to do is take just one question from the floor.
Good evening, my name is Ifi, and I'm really grateful and happy to be here today. My question is for Lanre Da-Silva. What happens if someone is thinking of starting a brand or doesn't know anything about fashion, but the person wants to know what they want to bring out in clothes, be it gym wear, whatever kind of clothes it is. They want a brand, but they don't know how to do. Where do they start from?
I think we have breakthroughs in the sense that Nigeria itself and Africa itself is bringing a lot of ideas into the industry today, and they're looking into building, like manufacturing, places where you can actually buy fashion time and all of that, like production time. So when that time comes, which I think I know about NBC doing a lot. Bank of Industry is doing something. I know there are some banks that are doing something. So that is when you'll be able to sort of do what you just said to me, because trust me, dealing with tailors and all that is difficult. So if you don't know much about it and you just want to go into gym wear, you have to have proper people that know what they are doing, which is to have a proper manufacturing base on ground. I think that there's one happening along the Lekki Expressway now. So over time, wherever you are, I'll talk to you later when those places come up. Because apart from that, you can't have your own atelier. Because I have my own private atelier that I use now. And if you don't know what you're doing, those people will just run you down in business. So my advice to you is to wait for time. But in the meantime, start doing your research. If not, you'll probably have to go outside of Nigeria for now. But I don't really believe in this whole international going to Turkey and all that, because you spend so much to bring back a little. Be able to stay within Africa. That's the best advice I can give you for now if you want to start immediately. I hope that is helpful enough.
Okay,
All right.
please give a round of applause.
Thank you.